All right, Tyson Chartier, head coach of the New England Cartel. I feel like you guys are talking less about the Cartel or Boston's fifth team. It seemed to be like just such a big theme.
Yeah, I think it was like a new thing. It was kind of like we ran with it, but then since then it's just been main event after main event. So It's more about just we've been in fight camp the whole time, and that's really just been the focus is the next fight and kind of less on the team. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it's it's still there.
Your coaching philosophy isn't mega team.
Right.
How would you describe your coaching philosophy?
Easiest way to describe it is like more of like a boxing philosophy, like build a camp around a fighter instead of having a fighter join the camp and build their schedule around that. So everything's about what the fighter needs. It's Calvin's more of a night owl compared to a morning person. So a lot of his training is going to be later in the day, whereas if he was at a bigger camp, he might have to do certain things early in the morning and affect his sleep and stuff like that. So that's really just the philosophy. Keep it small, build the camps around the fighter.
Ideally, how many fighters can you have at one time?
I think it's got to be under 10. I think right now we're at 4. I think we do have, room to scale out a little bit, but it's really going to be specific people, and like for me to be able to coach how I want to coach, like so hands-on at everything, like my hands in every little pot, I really think the threshold would be 10.
Yeah. Can you talk about leaving money on the table to better the product?
Yeah, I think
because that's got to be a battle that you
It's
fight.
A double-edged sword. Like the way to make money as a coach in this business is to scale. You want to scale, have guys fighting in the UFC every weekend. That's how you're going to try to like change your family's life financially. But I made a promise to these guys 5 years ago when we decided to start a new team that we're going to chase 2 belts, and that's my primary focus right now. So to scale would be lose my integrity a little bit, and maybe it would make me more money, but that's not what I'm in this for. I'm in this to like chase 2 belts, and under that we get some young guys coming in, and then I'm sure we'll have some more. But it's not about the money for me. It's about helping these guys achieve the highest level of success that they can achieve, whether that be ultimately it's the belt, but if they don't get the belt, the old saying is like shoot for the moon, land in the stars, and ideally regardless of whether or not we ever get a belt, like these guys are making enough money to change their lives and like thrive after fighting's over.
How would you describe what it's like to make your whole life bettering somebody else?
It's rewarding.
Good luck.
It's rewarding, it's a little bit, you could spin it and say it's a little bit selfish, right? Like, because it is self-serving. Like, I enjoy seeing some of these fighters that used to be like pizza delivery guys, and now they're making 6 figures every year and buying houses and having nice things, bringing kids into the world, and that is rewarding. Like, that's the ultimate goal. Is if I can show my kids that I help these other people and that their life is here compared to here because of some of the decisions I played, part in and the actions that we did. That's the ultimate reward there is.
Calvin told me that if he was still fighting in 10 years, this was like a year and a half ago, if I'm still fighting in 10 years, the cartel plan did not pan out how I wanted it to be. What would you say is the plan for the team?
Yeah, it's really, we're not trying to think too long term with it. Like I kind of said a few years ago that Calvin and Robbie is the last 2 guys I coach. But now there's a couple young guys under them with Tom and Nick that they're putting in the work, they're earning the time, they deserve my time too. And so now I'm getting emotionally invested in those guys too and their careers and climbing that ladder. And I'm sure as they climb, there's going to be other guys coming in. So, in 10 years, I don't know what my coaching career will look like, but I just know that as long as I am coaching, that the cartel will be run like it'll be a small ship with like very hands-on, so much focus just around the fighters, and it really isn't what's best for my wallet. It's not what's best for my career. It's really what's ever best for those fighters that we have under our umbrella.